Investigators have still not found Kynande Bennett, nearly 20 years after she disappeared. Kynande's parents reported her missing back in 2002, saying someone had kidnapped her from the Kmart store in Whiteville. WECT's investigative reporter Ann McAdams has poured through the recently released FBI file into Kynande's case. Ann joins us now with our Crimes of the Cape Fear report. So what does that file tell you tonight, Ann?
John, investigators assigned to look into Kynande's disappearance quickly became suspicious that something was very wrong with her parents' story. What started out as a search for a missing child would ultimately turn into a murder investigation.
It was a story that panicked parents across our viewing area. A 4-year-old girl reportedly snatched from her mother at the Whiteville Kmart. Vartasha McCullough appeared desperate to find her child. But she and Kynande's father, Kevin Bennett, gave conflicting accounts about their final hours with Kynande, and their strange behavior in the wake of their daughter's disappearance also gave authorities reason for concern.
One of our investigators noticed that they had actually taken all of the toys and most of the child's clothing and then thrown it away.
To people who'd spent their careers searching for missing children, something was off.
You know, I pay attention when people talk in past tense, when we don't even know what's happened to this child yet. But you know, you refer to this child in past tense.
Please help us find this child.
About a week after she vanished, Conway police officially named Kynande's parents as suspects in the case. Her mother failed a lie detector test about her daughter's disappearance, and her father refused to take one. Friends and family also told authorities Kynande had been mistreated and that the little girl told them her mother had been hurting her.
I was actually seen by witnesses with marks and bruises that would be consistent with abuse on her body on Friday.
The day she went missing, investigators found Vartasha's apartment had been scrubbed down with bleach. Despite the extensive cleanup effort, detectives still found concerning amounts of Kynande's DNA and suspected she'd been harmed. When months passed and search crews could still find no sign of the missing 4-year-old, Vartasha McCullough and Kevin Bennett were arrested for homicide by child abuse. The trial happened in Horry County, South Carolina, where authorities believed Kynande died.
I am a good mother. She was right behind my leg. She was behind my leg.
It was the first time in South Carolina history prosecutors had taken a child homicide case to trial without a body. Despite the legal challenges, the state convinced a jury Vartasha McCullough was responsible for her daughter's death.
It is therefore the sentence and judgment of this court to be confined in the state penitentiary for a period of 20 years.
While nearly 2 decades have passed since her disappearance, those involved in Kynande's case still think about her.
It's really horrific. It's a really tragic thing to see a child that's been hurt like that.
I've always kept a place for Kynande in my heart, is because the small child vanished, and even during nowadays when a small child vanished, everybody in the world wants to help. People didn't really want to help. We had to bring our own searchers in. We had to bring our people from other states and other communities that were part of our organization to come in because the local people just weren't interested. I just feel like if we're her family, I just feel like the investigators, the prosecutors, the law enforcement that worked the case, and the volunteers who searched for her, I just feel like that's her family, and that, you know, it's just sad.
Vartasha McCullough has almost completed her 20-year prison sentence and is scheduled to be released in 2023. Prosecutors ended up dropping the charges against Kevin Bennett before trial because their case against him was not as strong. But John, they wholeheartedly believe he was involved in his daughter's death, and if they ever do find Kynande's body, the state could still pursue murder charges against him.
All right, WECT's Ann McAdams live tonight. Ann, thanks.